Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, who is Raphael Leraux, your resident rapping VTuber here. And today we are about to check out the final episode of Nightmare Time Season 2. This episode 4. I have no idea what to expect, but the thumbnail looks crazy. So I'm already really excited. So I have been absolutely loving Nightmare Time up until this point. It's been so much fun. The production value has been incredible. The music has been so fire. And just the way that they're delving into all of these side characters, they're diving into the backstories of people that we didn't even really consider as full-fledged characters. Like, it's been so dope. It's been so much fun. So I'm really, really excited to check out this final episode of Nightmare Time. And I am really, really hoping. I know people were talking about possibly getting a Nightmare Time 3. I'm really hoping we can get that because this has been so much fun and it has been such a joy. This whole Hatchetfield journey has been amazing. I still have Nerdy Prudes Must Die and Working Boys to get to. After those two, I'm going to get to Hey Melissa and check that out, mainly out of morbid curiosity because people have been talking about how bad that one was in terms of just making you uncomfortable. So I'm really excited to see what that's all about. But for now, let's get into Nightmare Time 2, Episode 4, Yellow Jacket. Hey yo! I love that final little callback. That was dope. That is such a phenomenal theme song, man. Like they really snapped on that one.
Float like a butterfly
Oh, okay. Heavy Alanis Morissette vibes. Is this Lex? I feel like we're gonna be following Lex. Yeah, this is an extremely Jagged Little Pill inspired, and I'm living for it. Oh, I absolutely love the way she did that Yellow Jacket line. Yeah, this is 100% like the shit I grew up loving. So this is possibly my favorite vibe out of all of the Nightmare Time songs, just off of pure nostalgia. And her voice is so perfect for this style. Yeah, just like in Black Friday, like what's her name, Angela? She really just pulls off that angst in such a very believable and raw way, and it's really coming across in this video like perfectly. All I can think about is how horrible cleanup after this shoot had to be, though. Like that, I love that call, that callback of Misspelling Liar. Yeah, this had to be hell to clean up after. Oh, I'm 100% running this back after I finish watching this because that was so fucking good.
Behind her, in the shop classroom at Hatchetfield High, Brad Callahan and the rest of the football team hoot and holler.
Hell yeah! Go Nighthawks!
At a nearby desk, Stephanie Lauder rolls her eyes.
You're such an idiot, Brad.
Oh yeah? Then why am I the QB?
Hannah reaches back to find the sticky thing clumped in her hair. She turns and glares at Brad.
It's interesting that Hannah is in school at the same time as Stephanie. Because in Black Friday, she seemed much younger.
Callahan. Oh, yeah, Mr. Houston.
I know somebody had mentioned, we're getting a little bit older Hannah. But it's just interesting seeing her with those other teenage characters.
Woodworking project.
Hannah? What do we got here?
She's drawn a warped net of interlocking lines.
It's the world.
Oh, looks like a web.
Uh-huh.
Some of these curves are going to be tricky on that bandsaw. You're going to want to make it
My leaf cuts. I know.
just like your sister. You see that shelf up there?
He points to the shelf above his desk.
Lex made that when she was a freshman. That thing's sturdy. Keep all my pencils and rulers up there. One heck of a shelf. You foster girls got a gift. You know that?
Lucky us.
Later, Hannah pulls on her safety goggles and flips on the bandsaw. She looks around at all the older students treating shop like what it is, a blow-off class. They're juniors and seniors. Hannah's the only freshman. Not that it matters. The kids in her grade don't like her either. She places a plank of wood and starts cutting. The bandsaw buzzes. Sawdust flees. Hannah pushes the plank into the whizzing blade, and that's when the visions come. Without warning, the classroom around Hannah begins to fade.
Oh, that would be terrifying to have happen while you're working
Everything goes black and
with
white,
heavy machinery like that.
endless black. Hannah stares into the void. In the distance, a light flickers, grows.
Oh, I love the way they're doing this, though.
Then she's there, standing in the middle of a platform encircled by ropes, posts, and turnbuckles. Flop! A boy crashes onto the canvas-covered mat, face first. Blood sprays from his nose. All around, an unseen crowd cheers.
Hey kid, you okay?
Back in shop class, Hannah's eyes are glazed, her expression blank. Nearby, Steph calls to her over the buzz of the bandsaw.
Hannah!
Hannah's hand continues to feed the wooden plank into the bandsaw blade, but she doesn't notice. Her mind is elsewhere. The boy with the bloody nose writhes on the platform before her. Hannah tries to reach for him, help him, but she can't. She looks up to find his opponent approaching, another boy with pale skin and thick blue veins. He takes the boy's head in his hands and pulls him to his knees. Hannah's eyes go wide.
Hannah!
Steph runs across the classroom as Hannah's hand slides closer and closer to the saw blade. But Hannah can't see the saw. She can't hear it. A piercing tone fills her ears. The boy with the bloody nose
They're
screams.
doing such a
His
good
pitch
job of
shifts
building the
to
tension right here.
piercing tone
This
all
is
one
so
and the
good.
same. A perfect harmony. Then Hannah's finger slides into the bandsaw, past the blade, and off her hand. Steph reaches her too late. She pulls Hannah away from the tool and shuts it off.
Mr. Houston?
Later, the doors to the emergency room at St. Damian's Hospital burst open, and Hannah's older sister, Lex, rushes in. The nurse on duty runs to meet her.
Miss Foster, where is she? Where's Hannah?
Becky Barnes takes Lex's arm and tries to calm her.
It's okay. She just got out of surgery. She did great. She'll be out of it for a while, but Dr. Laszlo's confident the finger will heal beautifully.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, Lex, don't worry. Everything's gonna be just fine.
Fine. How much is this gonna cost me?
Becky shuffles through a clipboard full of paperwork.
So, you don't have any kind of insurance? Not through your work or...
Yeah, it's sad to say, but
I work
that
in a
would
toy zone. What do you think?
honestly be my first concern as well. I've had times where I ended up in the hospital and my first thought was, I cannot afford this.
We can set up a payment plan so you can pay less than $300 a month.
A month? Give me that.
She grabs the clipboard and flips through the pages until she finds the final bill.
What? I can't breathe.
That's
I can't
crazy.
Do
breathe.
you want me to get you a glass of water?
Honestly, when I caught COVID, I legitimately told my family it would be cheaper just to
If
die.
I have a heart attack, you let me
Like,
die, understand?
it's
Where do you people
a
get
sad state of affairs, honestly, but
$1,000 for a finger?
when you're struggling,
So, keys to a new car
it's a difficult choice that you have to make.
Was the ambulance ride?
But yeah, that medical debt ain't no
What's a
joke.
MRI scan? What is that?
MRI. Hannah had some kind of blackout that led to her accident, and the doctors wanted to see if they could find the cause. Scars, lesions. Thank God they didn't.
So that's $10,000 to find nothing. That's on you guys.
I don't know if y'all can hear it in the background, but my cat keeps
No,
running
I'm
face
taking
first
it
into
out
the
of
door.
here before you charge me anything else. Thanks for ruining my life.
I swear this dude is
Later,
terrible
Moses
at being a
gets
cat.
bandaged and released from the hospital. Hannah sits on the bed in her room, a tiny room, in the tiny apartment Lex pays for with her boyfriend, Ethan Green. Ethan, finally home from a long day of work at his father's garage, takes a seat by Hannah's bed.
All right, let me see it.
Hannah holds up the massive splint and wrapping around her reattached finger.
Hey, that ain't so bad. You know, I had a very similar thing happen to me once. I'm in the garage, working on a 1967 Chevrolet Corvette. Beautiful machine. When Vinny walks in. And then, you know Vinny, he's always got a goof going on. So, this genius slams the hood, you know, to scare me. But my hand is still in the car. Wham! The tip of my finger goes flying. Blood is spraying everywhere. Vinny goes, holy cannoli, we gotta get you to a doctor. But I'm being a tough guy, so I go, forget about it. Give me some glue. Super strength car glue, mind you. It's never been the same ever since.
That is absolutely believable for Ethan.
Ethan does the fake thumb comes off.
Look at that, see? Oh yeah. And if I want it to stay on, yeah, I gotta press it on real good. Whew. That's not gonna happen to you, because you got it sewn on right.
That's really stupid, Ethan.
He's trying, man.
You know,
He's trying his best.
little kid. Later, Ethan stands at the kitchen sink, twisting the knob on the faucet. No matter how hard he tries, the thing won't shut off.
Forget it.
He grabs a soda from the fridge and sits by Lex on the couch.
How you doing, babe?
Fine. Lex doesn't look up from a pile of books she's studying.
That's good.
Ethan leans back on the dilapidated sofa, but can't relax.
Oh, trip. Yeah, that is driving me nuts.
The faucet leaks? I'm paying for that water. How many dollars do you think I'm wasting every day on that thing?
I don't know, babe. Why don't you fix it?
Fix it? Now you're telling me to fix it?
I didn't tell you to do anything. I just said it drips.
I've been working my ass off since I was 16 years old. In one day, my entire life savings are gone. I'm now $20,000 in debt. I need a better job, which I can't get because I don't have a high school diploma. I can't get a diploma unless I pass an equivalency test. I can't pass the test because I have no time to study because I'm working
Yeah,
at
I
a
feel
job.
all
Now
of this
you're
stress so
asking me
much.
what? Is there anything else I can do for you, sir? Do you have any more shit for me?
Yeah, when you have that much financial stress, the littlest things can really set you off.
He gets up and heads for the kitchen, turning back to ask.
Hey, babe, you seen the wrench?
Lex grabs it from the tool bag and throws it across the room. Ethan ducks. Bang! It punches into the wall.
Yeah, this is
Thank you.
rough, honestly. It's too real.
That night, Hannah lies awake on her bed, staring
Like,
down at her
growing up very similar to that,
She
and then having been through very similar as a single parent, this is way too
Hannah isolates
accurate.
the sensation and forces it from her eye. The pain subsides. With that out of the way, Hannah looks around at the small room. Electric lights twinkle overhead. A map of California hangs on the wall. Outside, Lex and Ethan have stopped fighting. It's quiet. Hannah whispers.
Webby, I need to talk to you.
The electric lights flicker and hum. Hannah feels a familiar presence flood the room. She turns over her bandaged hand. Resting in the palm is a large white spider. Hannah sighs. Webby can take many forms, and this isn't the one she wanted.
I need to talk with you.
Then, the spider is gone, and sitting beside Hannah is an ethereal woman with long white hair.
Sure. Slumber party? Sounds fun.
The room is suddenly aglow with a wash of multicolored neon. Music.
I love that Hannah still has that connection, even though it seems like everything is kind of weighing on her now.
Webby, no prank calls. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get in trouble.
What's on your face?
It's my headgear. Don't bully.
A Webby sits behind Hannah, braiding her hair.
So,
I don't want to play right now.
The door creaks open and Webby and Mom Jeans leans in.
Webby is so fucking unserious.
I both in a glass of wine.
I said stop it. Okay.
Again, the room is quiet. All the Webbies are gone, save the original. She stands there like a child being scolded. Hannah used to love games. She holds up her bandaged hand.
Look at my finger, Webby. Look what you did to me.
I did it to you.
You tell me things. You show me things. Everyone at school thinks I'm a freak because of you.
Hmm.
I didn't send you that vision, Hannah. You can see these things without me. You have a gift.
How is it a gift? Explain that to me. I see terrible things. Worlds ending, people dying, but sometimes I can't keep it all straight.
I know. I try to sort it out, but it's hard to be everywhere at once.
If it's a gift, then when's it gonna help me, huh? When are you gonna help me?
Hmm.
That's so sad.
That's
It's all my fault. When I was
that's
a kid, I thought
deep, honestly.
that you could do anything. But you can't do it. Can you?
If you're asking me for help with money, then no. I can't do that.
Then what good are you?
I'm sorry. I wish it wasn't like this. I wish I didn't have to be here.
Yeah, me too.
Webby stops.
Damn.
She used to know what to say. It was easy when Hannah was young. Webby turns from the girl and goes.
Webby?
Hannah feels the empty room. Tears well in her eyes. She rolls to her side and cries. Weeks later, the sun rises overhead.
See, I was over here like
Lex starts
excited to have some fun with the last episode of Nightmare Time. I should have known they would have came and attacked my emotions right away.
I open today, I get off at 6, and I gotta haul ass to the community center for my high side. Leftovers are in the fridge. Mail that rent check. What else? What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting something.
Babe, you focus on the test. Anything you forget, I'll handle.
So I did forget something? Now I'm gonna fixate on that, and chemistry's gonna be gone.
Babe, listen to me. If I can graduate high school, anyone can.
You're right. Are you gonna wish me luck? Don't. We'll jinx it.
Lex heads for the door.
I love you.
Mail that check.
And she's gone. Down the hall, the door to Hannah's bedroom creaks open, and she pokes her head out and looks at Ethan.
She forgot, didn't she?
Did she forget? Or did she send the party animal? Da-da-da-da! Happy birthday!
Hmm.
Right?
Later, Hannah and Ethan stand in line at Pizza Pete's family fun zone. All around, birthday parties rage, kids scream, and arcade machines clatter.
We don't have the money for this.
Hannah, of course we have money for your birthday. I'm just getting $20 worth of tokens.
10.
Come on. One last hurrah for Pizza Pete's, hey? Next year you're gonna be too old for this place. You're gonna want a pool party with all your friends.
Huh. What friends?
Hannah wanders to the glass display cases where the prizes are, and there, laid out among the cheap toys and stale candy, is a genuine, bona fide iPad.
Wow.
Holy smokes, is that an iPad?
I've never seen one before. In real life, that is.
Huh. You just got it sitting out here. How secure is this case? It's too secure.
I want that.
Oh yeah, you can watch videos on there, and play some games. eyesight's a little lower than me. Look at this. Grunts? Okay. Stickers? Yes, please.
He's trying so hard, man.
Hello Kitty sucks.
Whoa, someone turned 15 today. Let's hit the games.
Yeah, we're not doing the Hello Kitty
Light
slander
splash
though.
on the arcade
The
game
Hello Kitty goes hard.
Lost. It's a machine called the Cyclone, where light travels around in a large circle, and 4 players try to stop it on their jackpot spot. Ethan was close, but no cigar.
Oh, come on. I'm 3 lights off and all I get is 7 measly tickets. This thing is...
Honestly, that is one game that I always absolutely kick ass at. I'm terrible at every game that I play,
Wasting the token.
but if it comes to timing, I'm on it. Everything else, I've been gaming since the 90s, and I absolutely suck at everything. I didn't even got a game over screen in The Sims. I didn't even know that was possible.
Then she slams the button, stopping the light, hitting the jackpot.
Hey, yo, that's dope that she's kind of learning how to use her powers a little bit.
Hannah's moved on
Man, that's a
to
dope
the
little
next
training.
machine. She hits the button there. Another jackpot.
I'm kind of worried that if she's starting to use her powers a little more openly, whatever it was that was reaching out to her is going to come for her. And it was somebody getting like brutalized, so
How's she doing?
we about to have some
Pouring out. The crowd cheers.
some people with like evil powers coming after her or something.
A mysterious man watches.
And she's in a very vulnerable emotional state right now, so that could be really bad.
He zeroes in on the screen with Hannah, Ethan, and the crowd around them. He smiles as Hannah hits another jackpot.
Now that's a winner. That's a sea biscuit.
Later, Hannah and
Confusing
Ethan
phrase. That's a sea biscuit. I mean, I guess like a winning horse, but
came out of their
still very weird choice of words.
You're telling me you won 20,000 tickets with $20 worth of tokens?
No, I'm saying we got 24,852. So
Get it right.
taking that iPad and that big Pikachu.
He points to a stuffed animal on the wall. Hannah pumps her fist. The manager glares at them as a security guard approaches from behind.
I'm gonna have to ask you two to come with me.
Hannah and Ethan
Y'all treating this like a casino.
The manager stands over them as Ethan shouts.
Right.
How could we have cheated? Everyone in this place was watching us the whole time.
All right. Simmer down.
In the doorway, the
I love his
mysterious
bolo
man
tie. That's
steps
so
forward.
hard.
He tips back his cowboy hat.
My grandfather used to have something exactly like that, but it had
Hank,
a little
grab
piece of
that
topaz at the top.
and the stuffed animal. What else you guys want? Hey, why don't I throw in a remote control car?
I'll never use that. Can I have like a Starbucks gift card instead?
Can't even give that dang car away. Gift cards, too.
He waves his hand.
I love that he was just trying to get rid of it.
File out of the room as he takes a seat across from Hannah and Ethan.
Thanks.
If there's anything I've learned in Vegas, it's that you gotta take care of the high rollers. Eddie Chiplucky, owner of Pizza Pete's Family Fun Zone, bought it off of old Pete himself a few months back.
And the fact that he's from
Some people
Vegas
might
kind of
say
explains the way that they were treating them for winning so
Maybe
much.
right about
I just said they were treating it like a casino too.
What I am looking for, however, is you.
Creepy phrasing.
Eddie Chiplucky smiles at Hannah.
Don't,
Me?
please don't be a creep.
Not you specifically, but
Okay,
someone with
better.
your unique set.
It was getting very Drake-ish for a second.
Tell me, Ethan, do you ever do things that are hard to explain? See things that other people can't. Know things that other people don't.
Yeah, see, this what I was worried about. Somebody
Not sure what.
with more nefarious intentions that is aware of people with powers.
Now that should be impossible, but I'll tell you, Hannah will win that game every single time she plays, if she wants to. It's your birthday, right, Hannah? Let me guess, you're 15.
Is it like around the time that it starts to manifest? Yeah.
Most people seem to grow out of it. Some only have a touch of the gift. Hannah has the gift. I've learned to spot it. And that's why I bought this place. The kids come for the games, buzzing like little bees round a garden. Oh, but I'm not looking for some harmless bumblebee. I'm looking for a killer. One of that sting.
He scoots his chair closer. He looks Hannah dead in the eye.
What if I told you there was a game you could play? A competition where your gift could win you a hell of a lot more than an iPad.
Yeah, see, with their financial situation, that's something that Hannah's not going to be able to turn down, especially because she feels so bad about Lex being so stressed and upset.
You're used to it.
Hey, where are we going, pal?
Without thinking, Hannah knows the answer.
Incredible.
Didn't that place close down?
Oh, I assure you, Ethan, business is booming.
In a classroom of the Hatchetfield Community Center, a small group of hopeful adults are in the middle of their high school equivalency exam. The silence is broken when a disheveled Lex hurries through the door.
Hi, I'm here. Sorry I'm late.
The test takers glare up at her. One of them shushes. Shh. Lex approaches the test facilitator at the head of the class.
Sorry, I got held up at work.
Alexandra Foster.
Yeah.
The facilitator hands Lex an exam.
Here. Test started 20 minutes ago.
Okay, can I stay 20 minutes after so I get the full time?
I'm not staying after.
Okay. Lex takes a seat, drops her bag, and readies her pencil. At the top of the exam, she fills in her name and...
Date. What's today's date?
Easiest question on the exam. Not a good sign.
October 5th.
She remembers what today is. Hannah's birthday.
Oh, shit! Shh! You shh! Shit!
The stretch limo pulls up to a seemingly abandoned roller rink, the Hatchetfield Roller-Rama. An enormous bouncer named Bruno opens the car door. Hannah, Ethan, and Eddie step out.
Welcome back, Mr. Chiplock.
There is something about abandoned, like, family places that is just so specifically creepy in the best way.
I've been waiting for this.
Like, it just enhances that whole liminal vibe.
The trio to the Roller-Rama's back entrance. He opens the cracked glass door. From inside the building, music thumps and voices chatter. Eddie motions for Hannah and Ethan to come in. Then he slips a $100 bill into Bruno's breast pocket. Bruno nods.
Enjoy.
Inside, Hannah's jaw drops. Hundreds of people in gowns, furs, and fine tuxedos mingle about the darkened venue. Cigars burn.
How big is Hatchetfield? Because you got hundreds of wealthy people there. So is it just like pulling in tourists? Like,
Ethan, I can tell you, you wouldn't believe it. I know I didn't. It's seen.
like just a whole secret. Well, I mean, that's not too far-fetched. A whole secret tourism thing. Especially, it seems like they're cage fighting in there. Like magic children fighting to the death or something. It sounds like it would bring in a pretty solid viewing base, honestly.
The huge wooden floor that was once used for skating is now encased by massive panes of bulletproof glass, completely sealed on the top and all sides. In the middle of this giant tank is a raised platform, covered with canvas, lined with ropes, posts, and turnbuckles. Hannah gets the funny feeling she's seen this place before. Eddie motions for her and Ethan to take a seat beside him in the back of the stands. The house lights dim, and an announcer steps into the ring.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Hatchetfield Roller-Rama. Tonight, it's a battle between Mother Nature and Father Time. The fury of the elements goes toe-to-toe with the fourth dimension.
He motions to an entryway on the side of the ring. Security guards pull open the double doors. A small, hooded figure steps into the arena.
In this corner, that titan of time, he takes a licking and keeps on ticking. It's Stopwatch!
The crowd goes wild as Stopwatch removes his robe. He's a kid, no older than Hannah, dressed in a strange, colorful costume with an hourglass symbol on the back. The announcer points to the opposite end of the ring.
And in this corner, the hot-headed human inferno. If you can't take the heat, get out of her kitchen! She's Spitfire!
From a second entryway,
Those glasses are kind of hard. Those are kind of dope.
orange and red flame designs. She climbs up the platform and hops over the ropes. Maybe a year or two Hannah's senior, Spitfire bounces back and forth on her heels. In his corner of the ring, Stopwatch gulps nervously.
Let the metaphysical mayhem
I like how this feels like just a straight up wrestling match, like the theatrics of it
They
all.
stare each other down, breathing heavily. A bell dings and the fight begins. Spitfire immediately springs into action, diving at Stopwatch, flipping forward. The back of her sneaker comes crashing down to the ground. Stopwatch dodges, running for the edge of the ring. Spitfire's gaze follows him. She takes a deep breath, focuses her energy, and closes her eyes. In the stands, Ethan can feel a shift in the air. It surges through the crowd. They fall silent as Spitfire tenses. Her eyes burst open, her arm thrusts forward. A red glow ignites in her chest, shoots down her arm, and leaps from her hand in the form of an enormous fireball. The flames blaze across the platform, heading straight for Stopwatch.
I love how more fantastical and just outlandish the world building becomes as this whole Hatchetfield saga goes on. Like, if you had told me in The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals that there would be an underground cage fighting ring with magical children shooting fire and just disappearing and stopping time and all this stuff, I would not know what the hell to believe.
Escaping Spitfire's attack, Ethan is mystified.
That kid just. And she just. And he just.
Yeah, see, I would be Ethan. It would be Ethan in that moment if he told me coming into the Hatchetfield series that all of this would be going down.
A stream of white-hot flame. It barrels towards Stopwatch. Again, he swallows a mouthful of oxygen and clenches tight.
I love the lighting.
All at once, the world around him freezes. Spitfire floats suspended midair. The flames extending from her foot have halted, like a snapshot. Stopwatch opens an eye and eases his body. He walks around the stagnant fireball, right up to his opponent. He wraps his arms around Spitfire's waist. She's a foot taller than he is, but with some effort, he starts to drag her toward the edge of the ring. Of course, all of this is imperceptible to the audience, all except Hannah. She alone can see Stopwatch making his move, operating between moments. She watches him struggle to push Spitfire out of the ring. Eventually, his eyes bulge. His face starts to flush. Soon, he can't hold his breath any longer. His mouth opens, he exhales, and the world snaps back to normal. The sound of the
That's a crazy caveat to having time-stopping power. Like, it would only be able to be used as long as you can hold your breath.
Can't stop time.
Slowly but surely, Stopwatch is inching Spitfire to the edge of the ring. Can she turn up the heat, or is her time up?
Eddie nudges Ethan with his elbow, pointing to Stopwatch.
Now he's little, but how are you supposed to find a kid who can stop time?
He has to hold his breath to do it. If she knew that, she could beat him.
Spitfire fights her way free and runs for the center of the ring, as far from the edges as possible. But she knows it's only a matter of time before Stopwatch wears her down and throws her out of bounds. That's when the thought comes to her. But it doesn't come to her exactly. More like it's given to her.
He has to hold his breath to do it.
The sentence rings out in her mind in a voice that's not her own. Her eyes are drawn to the stands beyond the glass barrier. In the back of the crowd, Spitfire spots a girl in a yellow flannel. She makes eye contact with the girl and knows what to do. She closes her eyes and focuses her energy. The red glow in her chest ignites, but rather than expelling it all at once, she lets it seep from within her in streams of smoke.
Is Spitfire out of gas? Is she running on fumes?
Eddie laughs and turns to Ethan.
Oh, her fire's crapped out. She on borrowed time now.
But her plan becomes clear as the air around her turns cloudy.
That's honestly a really smart way of getting around that.
Starts coughing. Panic fills his eyes as he realizes he can't hold his breath if he can't breathe. With the rink full of a sooty haze and stopwatch's powers neutralized, Spitfire marches over and grabs the back of his beast. She yanks him toward the edge of the platform, hoists him over her head, and tosses him from the ring.
Yeah, that was a really smart way of getting around
Out of bounds,
him
and the
being
match
able to hold his breath to stop time.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. She's burning her way through the competition. Spitfire wins!
Later, Ethan sits at the bar, still shaking.
What did I just see?
Eddie hands him a glass and takes a seat next to him.
Here, have a drink, Ethan. Like, I know, it's a lot to take in. These kids can do incredible things. It's magic, psychic ability, who knows? Once you get past the initial shock, and hey, you can sit back and enjoy the show.
It's freaky.
It's profitable.
Eddie motions to the upper-class crowd around them.
You see all these people? These are high rollers. Lots of money changing hands. That girl you saw tonight, Spitfire, yeah, the founder living in some dump. Family could barely afford to keep the lights on. Now, that kid's a millionaire.
Yeah, that's hard to pass up.
Hannah should be pulling in that kind of rate.
You want to put Hannah in the ring because she's good at the light-up arcade game? You mind?
Ethan,
Yeah, that's a whole different set of powers than stopping time and shooting fire.
we got ways.
But her ability to see things
Just to
could come in handy if she just knew how to actually fight.
this potential. And Hannah's got more potential than anyone I've ever seen.
I don't know. Seems dangerous.
Well, no risk. No reward.
The crowd parts as security ushers Spitfire into the room and toward the bar. The high rollers see her and start to chant.
Someone get this kid a root beer.
The masses lift Spitfire onto the bar and cheer her name. She's a rock star, a winner, a sea biscuit. Hannah looks up to her, this girl with a gift. Hannah looks to her and wonders, what would it be like to be up there herself?
Yeah, see,
Later that night,
her
Hannah and Ethan return home.
perception of it all and Ethan's perception of it all is so drastically different. Like, he is really taking on that parental role or that guardianship
Why
role
can't I do it?
over her.
Because you could get
And she's just seeing the potential for the glamour of
Okay,
it.
then I guess I'm never going back to school, because that's where I cut my finger off.
It's not the same, wise guy.
We need that money.
Could you imagine what your sister would say? Oh, hey babe, can Hannah fight some magic kids who can shoot freaking fireballs? She'd kill me.
The two head into the apartment.
Yeah, there's no
They
real
find Lex.
way to
Leaving
convince
the
Lex
room
of that.
with one half-filled balloon floating pathetically by a paper plate topped with a Hostess cupcake.
Oh, hey babe, you're home.
Where were you two?
We went to Pizza Pete's for Hannah's B-Day. We caught you a Pokemon.
He picks up the stuffed animal. Lex sees the bundle of prizes in Hannah's arms.
You went out? And you bought Hannah an iPad?
We won it.
Good. Good. Did you have fun?
Yeah, she looks so hurt.
That's great.
I mean, just feeling like not
You
only
remembered him.
she let her down, but
It would have been nice if you filled me in on the plane this morning.
yeah,
So much going on.
that's gotta be so rough.
Well, you do know what's best for me. Because I got to the test, I remembered what day it was. I couldn't concentrate thinking we both forgot, and I failed.
Well, you don't know that. It always seems worse than it is.
Oh, I know I failed. Because I didn't finish the test. I got mad and ripped it into little pieces. Then I ran across town to Party Zone just as it was closing, but the liquor store on the corner had this one crappy balloon and this cupcake, and that's the best I can do. Happy birthday, Hannah. I'm sorry it's so shitty. I love you. I keep letting you down. And I have to go to bed now because I owe you more.
She wipes tears with her sleeve and heads for the bedroom.
Yeah, this is too damn real. It's hitting way too close to home.
I'm gonna win that money.
Yeah, that's the push that Hannah needed to like not even worry about it and just do what she has to do.
Days later, Hannah stands in the locker room beneath the Hatchetfield Roll-A-Mama. She laces up her knee-high sneakers, pulls on her elbow pads. She slams her locker shut and finds a kid leaning in the doorway.
Hi, who are you?
Hannah,
She recognizes him.
you're a stopwatch, right?
Yeah, but my real name's Daniel.
Daniel takes a bite of a candy bar and plops onto a nearby bench.
So what's your power?
I don't know. I'm good at an arcade game.
Lucky? Some powers are good, but some stink. There was this one kid, Benji. He could talk to dogs. Didn't help in the ring, but he could make every dog in town bark at once. It was awesome.
It was pretty cool in a short time.
That was pretty terrible. That is a
Yeah,
really
I used to be a
shitty,
big
pointless
shot
power.
around here, but now I apparently just get my butt kicked.
Sorry.
I don't mind losing to Spitfire. She's the coolest. She'll probably kick your butt too. Want some of my chocolate bar?
He offers it to her. She shakes her head.
He's so adorable.
No.
Man, you really just seem super friendly.
Nice to meet you, Hannah.
He gets up and heads for the door. She calls after him.
I love that everybody seems to be very color
Hannah
coded.
smiles. That was the first
It
time.
reminds me of like the OG Mortal Kombat.
The moment's cut short when Eddie barges in carrying a big brown bag.
Hey, Hannah. I hear yellow's your favorite color.
From the bag, he retrieves a yellow biker jacket and offers it to Hannah. She spins it around and reads the name sewn on the back.
Yellow jacket.
Eddie grins. His gold tooth shimmers.
You ready to float like a butterfly, sting like a bee?
I guess. Mr. Chiplucky, I've never been in a fight before. You have any pointers?
Yeah. Drink this.
From his bag, he takes out a tall glass jar filled with blue liquid, something like a milkshake. He hands it to Hannah.
That feels super
What is
sketchy.
Oh, they cook it up in the lab
And
somewhere?
I know everything
It's
has
all
like
brown milk, but it's got
a
extra
specific
light,
Lord
it's
in
got
Black
these
tied to all of the
grapes.
sketchiness. So having her drink mysterious blue liquid is reminding me of the guy who didn't like musicals.
You,
And
may not
the
feel like you're
strange
going out, but
blue
drink this.
shit that they were finding in the brains.
Who?
A crew member pokes into the doorway and calls to Hannah.
Yellow Jacket, you're up.
She looks back at Eddie.
That is kind of a hard name for a fighter, though.
Hannah unscrews the cap, closes her eyes, and downs it. the crowd once more fills the stands. Lights beam down from above. The announcer bellows.
In this corner,
That is such a
on her
fire
recent victory,
jacket
the
that he has
feisty
on,
fire
too.
starter, Spitfire.
Like, it's just so dope looking.
Spitfire stands to one side of the ring. She stretches her legs, rolls her shoulders.
Tonight, SF takes on a new challenger. Her face is fresh, her powers unknown. Let's find out if she's got a killer sting. It's Yellow Jacket.
Hannah shuffles into the arena nervously. All around, the crowd wails.
Her outfit, like her whole look, kind of reminds me of
She spots Ethan, waving his arms.
Spider-Man, like in the Tobey Maguire one, his wrestling outfit that he had, the little makeshift one with the little sweater and the beanie. Like, that's kind of what she's reminding me of.
Frowning down.
You know, I didn't need your help the other day. With stopwatch, I would have figured it out on my own.
I didn't mean to.
Spitfire pounds her fists together. Sparks spray from her knuckles.
Don't think I'm gonna go easy.
I'd never think that.
The girls face off for a moment. Then, the bell rings and the match begins. The crowd howls. Spitfire springs into action. Hannah dives from the taller team's path. She sprints to the other end of the ring, desperately trying to put distance between herself and Spitfire. Spitfire takes a deep breath.
Yeah, I feel like they should have spent some time actually teaching Hannah how to fight. Like, give her some training before putting her in the ring. I know they're fighting with powers and stuff, but you gotta have some sort of edge.
Heading straight for her when something clicks in her brain. The blue milk's magic kicks in, and Hannah feels a surge of power rush over her. All at once, locked doors in her mind burst open. Mental limbs she never knew were there shake off unseen cobwebs and break their invisible binds. Hannah turns to the approaching inferno and holds up her hand.
No!
When the flames reach her, they split down the middle. They bend around Hannah and harmlessly pass by her sides. The fire hits the bulletproof glass surrounding the rink. It burns and dissipates. Hannah stands
It's a low-key, like,
unscathed at the edge of the
force
ring.
field type of
She
thing.
looks down at her hands in disbelief.
Not hot enough for you, huh? I'll see what I can cook up.
Spitfire leaps into a spinning kick, sending another blaze in Hannah's direction. Hannah recoils. Flames burn against the psychic shield she's formed in front of herself. Spitfire's onslaught continues. She leaps and twirls, unleashing a burning barrage that flies at Hannah from every which way. Hannah struggles to keep up as the heat intensifies.
Stop it! Please stop it!
Hannah's survival instincts take over. She lashes out with her mind, shoots a mental thread. In utter panic, she reaches into Spitfire's brain and flips a switch. The flames suddenly cease. Unsure what she's even doing,
Yo, that's
Hannah watches
OP.
Spitfire realize her powers have gone.
She really just turned her whole powers off. That's
She throws a
crazy.
punch, but no fire comes out. She spins, kicking into the air. Nothing.
See, this is where learning how to fight comes in handy. You could just go in and scrap with her.
You're in my head. Not fair.
Okay. Let me try to get out.
Spitfire can feel Hannah's energy shifting in her brain.
Get out of my head.
Hannah grapples with her own psychic abilities, trying to control them but not knowing how. The mind milk courses through her, her synapses firing, exploding. In vain, she attempts to rip herself from Spitfire's brain. The force flings Hannah backwards, knocking her onto the mat. Hannah's gaze falls to the crowd. Unable to stop, she starts reaching into their minds as well. One tuxedoed man watches the match with white knuckles. Hannah can hear his thoughts.
What's wrong with Spitfire? I'm gonna lose my money.
A woman hangs off his arm.
That wig was too much. That was
She
perfect.
silently stews.
God, this guy sweats like a pig. As soon as we're married, it's...
Hannah rolls on the ground and her eyes fall to Ethan, whose panicked thoughts echo out.
Oh no, Hannah, please be alright. This was a mistake. Lex is gonna kill me. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Beside him, Eddie glares at Hannah with desperate anger, thinking,
Get out, you little brat.
Hannah's head whips in the opposite direction. It's then she notices something she hadn't before. A private viewing box, back behind and above the stands.
Is that
The
whoever's
windows
like
are tinted,
in
the
charge
room
of this whole
inside
thing?
is dark,
Or like behind it?
but not empty. Hannah can feel a presence inside. Something vast, something powerful, something more than human. Unlike the rest of the crowd, it knows Hannah can read its mind, and it beckons her.
Mm.
Hello, Hannah.
Huh?
While Hannah remains
The
fixated
way
on
he
the
said that was
box,
very much like
Spitfire
Wiggly.
shakes her head.
Fine. If you won't let me use my powers, I'll use my fists.
As Spitfire marches forward, Hannah can't look away from the darkened viewing room and the presence inside.
Who are you?
Death. Rebirth.
Mm.
You'll be with us soon. Hannah.
Come here.
Spitfire rips Hannah out of the moment and back into the fight. She grabs Hannah by the arms and starts dragging her across the mat, toward the edge of the ring.
Ugh, let me go!
I will. Right off the edge. Ugh.
Hannah's eyes go wide.
No, I need this money.
Hannah thinks of Lex, and she knows it's time to start using her gift.
Oh yeah, she's about to snap.
I need to hit you now.
She closes her eyes. She focuses. With immense effort, she takes control of her newfound mental limbs. She gathers her strength and strikes. The ground beneath them starts to rumble. The foundation of the building moans. The crowd falls silent.
Mm.
And boom! A blast of psychic energy erupts from Hannah's mind. Spitfire is flung backwards, tossed through the air. She slams against the glass barrier between the ring and the stands. The bulletproof shielding cracks as Hannah's mental wave crashes into it. Below her, the canvas-covered platform bursts to splinters. The glossy floor of the roller rink singes. The earth around Hannah quakes, and all of Hatchetfield can feel it. Thud. Spitfire falls to the ground, the wind knocked out of her. Hannah opens her eyes, surrounded by the remains of the ring. The ropes and turnbuckles lying limp amidst a jagged web of debris. She stands and looks around at the bewildered crowd. For a moment, they all just sit there, shocked, awed, afraid.
Yeah, I don't think anybody anticipated how much power she would end up having. Like, I know he said she had the most potential that he's seen, but
Back in the locker room,
it seems like
Hannah
she has
can
like
feel the
borderline
effects of the mind milk wearing off, but she's
devastating
still
amount of
amped on
potential.
adrenaline. The thrill of victory, the cheers of the crowd, and the praise of a room full of kids. They, the other competitors in this strange secret sport, rush up to Hannah, bombarding her with questions and admiration.
How'd you do that? That was wicked, Yellow Jacket.
Among the flood of pint-sized fighters and colorful
I love that she's
costumes,
finally getting to
Hannah
feel
excitedly exclaims,
like she belongs somewhere though.
But the room shook and I peed everywhere.
Kids
What
pat
the
Hannah's
fuck,
back and
dude?
shake her hand.
You could be the champ.
He
Yellow
is so
Jacket.
adorable.
You could be the champ.
But they all go quiet as the double doors swing open, and Spitfire walks in. She's bruised and bandaged, and shaken from her flight across the rink. She stares at Hannah. Hannah swallows, unsure what to say.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Spitfire approaches her. Eyes are up and down. After a moment, a smirk creeps onto her face.
That was some hit, Yellow Jacket. What's your name, kid?
Hannah?
Spitfire juts out her hand, introducing herself.
Sophia.
Hannah takes her hand.
You're one of us now. Got it?
Sure.
Now, we work hard, but we play pretty hard too. What size skates you wear?
Later, when the high rollers are gone,
I love it. Like she gets to actually
Spitfire, Daniel,
just be a
and the rest of the
kid.
kids skate out onto the
You know,
glass
yeah,
court
she's
and
doing all this crazy shit, but she's still getting more moments of just being able to have fun than she was before.
Eddie and Ethan sit at the bar sharing a drink.
Which makes this all the more scary because it feels like she's going to sink far deeper into this whole world.
Hannah cautiously approaches the edge of the rink. She's never roller skated in her life, but her nerves melt away when Spitfire, Sophia, skids up and offers a helping hand. Hannah takes her arm and joins the other kids in their impromptu party. She falls once or twice, but soon finds herself zooming along with everyone else. She's smiling and laughing with kids her own age, and for the first time in a long time, Hannah Foster is truly happy.
Yeah, that's just beautiful, man. Like she deserves that little bit of like fun and respite from all of the struggle that she's dealt with. I love this vibe. This definitely feels like something you would hear at a skating rink. Yeah, this is a bop. Yeah, I love that. That was such a vibe.
Lex is finishing her shift at Toy Zone. She grabs her bag
That was
and
so
heads to
good.
leave. At the checkout counter, her boss, Frank Brysley, calls out,
Excuse me, Alexandra.
What?
Your no good boyfriend called.
And?
He left you a message. Wants you to meet him at this address.
He holds up a slip of paper where he's jotted down the info. Lex goes to reach for it, and Frank pulls it back.
Come on, Frank, don't be a dick.
You don't get off for another 23 seconds.
He's such an ass.
I don't know what Ethan's up to. If he's planning some kind of robbery or drug sale. But a boy like that has no business in a place like this. Now,
I do appreciate that Frank seems to care about Lex in his own kind of
when you think about what I said,
douchebaggy way.
Tell him what I said. Tell him he needs a haircut.
He's such an ass.
Frank. Well, gotta go sell those drugs.
If that's a joke, young lady, I didn't find it funny.
She's gone.
God, I love Frank so much. He's
It's tough being a
so shitty, but
model.
so great. Ah, Sherman jump scare.
Adopted son, Sherman, sits by the register, licking a lolly.
I low-key almost forgot that this is all
his tiny feet.
connected this
Get
season.
off the counter. My boy. My sweet boy.
Tearful day.
Later,
It
Lex
seems like their
arrives at the
dynamic has
restaurant
gotten a
with
little
obscure
better
parking
than
lots
how it
and
ended off.
She
So I
reaches
guess that's a
the
good
top
thing for
floor and
Frank. He kind of seems to have just
she knocks on
accepted
the door
his
and
lot.
slowly swings open. From Within the apartment, she can hear voices and a loud vroom. She peeks inside.
Huh?
The place is massive. The floor-to-ceiling windows look out over downtown Hatchetfield. But the decor is anything but high class. Toys and games of all kinds litter the apartment. And there, in the living room, Hannah zooms across the glossy hardwood in a mini go-kart. She cranks the wheel to one side and screeches to a stop.
32 seconds, new lap record!
Ethan notices Lex, smiles, and opens his arms.
Hey, babe. Welcome home.
Home? What?
She walks in.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing to just be surprised by
Hannah's go-kart.
when you're just struggling.
You're messing up these people's floor.
It's our floor, babe. She's messing up our floor.
That doesn't make it much better.
I know this is a lot to take in, but we live here.
Huh? We don't have money for this.
Babe, I made $100,000 yesterday. We don't have to worry about money ever again.
Ethan, how did you make $100,000?
He's anticipated this question and crafted the perfect cover.
The stock market, babe. It split. My shares went through the roof.
What does that mean?
It means we're rich.
She looks around at all the toys and games.
Is that a bounce house?
Yeah, and the arcade's over there, and the fridge is...
This is wild for having just $100,000. Like, like, bro just blew all of it.
$25K.
Oh yeah, not too bad.
You made $100,000 and you spent a quarter of it on games and pizza? Ethan, you're a genius!
Such a great reaction.
Later that night,
And I don't know, seeing Lex just like genuinely smile is so
Lex
great
tucks
too.
Hannah into her brand new water bed. Outside a wall of windows, starlight mingles with the twinkling embers of the city below. Hatchetfield has never looked so beautiful. Lex kneels by the bed and smiles at her sister.
So Hannah, do you like your new room?
It's okay.
Okay.
She tussles Hannah's hair and sighs peacefully.
You happy, Lexi?
Are you kidding? They say you can't buy happiness. They're full of shit. Because we bought it, banana. Cleared the shelves.
See, and that's the thing that I feel like a lot of people don't really take into consideration. Like, yeah, money can't buy happiness, but it can get rid of a lot of things
So it's mainly a
that
room
fester
right there.
unhappiness.
You know, put a basketball hoop over there, picture of my mother over there. It'd be a decent bedroom.
Where's the bed?
Oh, I knew I forgot something.
That's okay. There is the bounce house.
Yeah, I guess we could sleep in there.
Who said anything about sleeping?
All right.
Later, Lex and Ethan lay in the bounce house.
See, I know this isn't gonna last very long,
Into his chest.
but just this moment of everybody being relaxed and happy is so fucking beautiful, man.
I live for that.
You make me smile.
Me? Or the money?
Well, you made the money.
It was a joint effort. Me and Hannah. And, you know, the stock market.
Hannah helped?
Oh, yeah. Hannah, she's a natural with the stocks.
Lex lays her head back down, thinks for a moment.
Now that we can afford it, I think I want to take Hannah back to St. Damian's.
What for?
I'm just thinking about that blackout she had. She sees things. She still talks to Webby. I just want to get her checked out.
Ethan's thoughts return to the roller rink, the matches, the kids with powers.
Lex, the human mind is a mysterious thing. Nobody really knows how it works.
Pretty sure doctors do. Like brain surgery.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah, they know about some stuff, but not everything. Like ESP or precognition.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just saying, what if Hannah has some kind of superpowers or something? Like, what if somehow Webby is real?
She's not.
Yeah, but how do you know?
I know.
How do you know?
Because Webby used to be my imaginary friend.
You used to see Webby?
Well, I pretended to. I was a lonely kid. She used to play with me.
Yeah, see, the fact that it's the same thing
Grew out of her.
is such a big sign that it's possibly
Ethan remembers
real.
something Eddie said. Most people seem to grow out of it. He nods and smiles at Lex.
Yeah, see, it's all coming together for him, how
Well, maybe
connected
now
it all is.
Maybe when we're happy, she won't need Webby anymore.
Yeah, maybe.
Outside, the stars burn. Elsewhere, in a darkened room somewhere beneath Hatchetfield, a mysterious presence waits, biding its time. Bang, bang. There's a knock
Yo,
on
the eyes are
metal door.
so
It slides open.
creepy
and a sharp-faced
in the
man
best way.
saunters inside.
Hey there, champ. How the heck are you? Heard you watched the match the other day. Scoping out the competition? I love it. So, who do you want to fight next? We're thinking Spitfire.
Spitfire is irrelevant. Once we fight Hannah Foster, all of this will be irrelevant.
Mm.
It worries me when you say cryptic things like that, pal.
You have nothing to fear from us.
Yeah, I don't know how you would respond from
I
that.
got one or two dead employees that might disagree with you on that, kiddo.
Mm.
I like you. I feel a real bond between us. And Lord knows you came with a hefty price tag. Some serious treasure. But you gotta understand something. I value my own life above all treasure. It's priceless. I can't imagine being without it. So any more surprises or veiled threats like that, and I press the button.
He holds up a small detonation device, running his thumb over the trigger mechanism.
Then that little bomb in your head goes boom boom.
Mm.
That will never happen, Charles. I enjoy our partnership. We have such a wonderful rapport.
Good. Good treasure.
He turns and heads for the door, calling back.
Hey, I'll see what I can do about getting you to fight Yellowjack. In the meantime, Spitfire is coming in hot. Defend that title, champ.
Days later, Ethan stands at the counter of a jewelry store.
He looks so much like
An engagement
the little doll version of the Lord in Black. I forget, I have trouble keeping track of all of them. But, what was it? Pokey, I think?
It's an engagement ring, sir.
Yeah, he like the puppet's face, Otho's face looks so much like the mask of that other Lord in Black, which I think is such a dope detail. And it makes it so much
Back at
scarier.
their fancy apartment, Hannah sits lazily in her mini go-kart, parked inches away from a huge big screen TV. Lex starts about, gathering her things.
Hannah, don't sit that close to the TV. You're gonna ruin your eyes.
Oh,
So back it up, bitch.
Hannah rolls her eyes and puts the cart into reverse. Ethan returns home. He approaches Lex, working up his nerve.
Hey, Lex, can I ask you a question?
Make it quick, I like the work.
Okay, sure. So, I've been thinking about you and me. Been together for a while. I don't like anybody better than you. I don't think you like anybody better than me. And if you do, you're dead.
He's struggling. The TV is distracting him.
Hannah, can you turn that down? You know what? I want you to remember this. Let's go in the kitchen. It's nice in there.
Moments later, they're in the kitchen.
Okay. This is better. Just ignore the dishes. I'll do them later. Because, you know, I'm your man.
I love how just like completely flustered he is and how hard he's trying to get this out in the right way.
You know.
But the fact that he's having so much trouble with this is making me very nervous.
The apartment's doorbell rings.
Yeah, like for some reason it's not going to be able to happen, and that's very terrifying to me.
Would you make me the happiest guy?
Ding dong, the bell rings again.
I'm gonna get that.
No, I'll get it.
Yeah, something's... oh, fuck, I hope Ethan doesn't die again. This is making me scared because they're not letting him propose.
Hey, big spender. Spend a little time on me.
Hey, Eddie. 1 second.
Ethan turns back to Lex, who stands at the end of the hall, stuffing things into her bag.
Who's that?
It's my, stockbroker.
Ethan squeezes out into the hall and softly closes the door behind him.
What's up?
Yep, we'll jack it up for another match. There's one pretty sweet pot on it.
We're kind of in the middle of something here.
I'm ready.
The front door bursts open, and Hannah comes marching out.
Hannah is just with the shits now. Like, she is just
He puts a hand on her.
completely down with this whole situation.
Wait.
Now.
Ethan pokes his head back into the apartment.
Hey, Lex, we're all going down to the local stock market just to peruse for,
He's such a bad liar, man.
Well, I'm gonna be at work all night. What did you want to ask me?
We'll get to it later.
At the Hatchetfield Roll-A-Rama, the crowd mingles, drinks, and places their bets on the upcoming fight. When the double doors open and Hannah struts in, she's cheered like a bona fide celebrity.
Hey, it's Yellow Jacket!
All right, Yellow Jacket! Yeah!
She waves to her fans and crosses the room to a roped-off section of the stands where the other kids are sitting. They see her and light up.
Hi, Hannah.
Hey guys.
You here for Sophia's match? She's taking on Champ.
I hope she kicks his butt.
Champ?
Hey, Hannah. Over here.
She turns to find Eddie waving her down. She takes a seat in the back by Eddie and Ethan. The crowd files in around them. In the enclosed rink, Spitfire stretches, looking anxious. Hannah can feel Sophia's gut fluttering, her fear growing.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen her bring in the heat. Tonight, Spitfire takes on the undefeated champion of the ring, the lord of the leaderboard. That masked menace here to give his opponents the blues. It's Otho!
The doors to the locker room slowly open. Shivers run down Hannah's spine, and her eyes go wide. Gliding toward the ring is a boy with pale skin and thick blue veins. Hannah knows him. She's seen his face before. No, not face. Mask. A strange, stone-like mask. With round
That looks
eyes
so
and open mouth.
good.
Pain
Like
shoots
the
down her arm,
eyes underneath the
drops.
mask
She remembers her
just
vision
feel
of
so
the
realistic. Like, this is a phenomenal
boy,
puppet.
Otho climbs up the platform, over the ropes, and into the ring. Behind him, another boy follows.
I love the way the mask looks.
But Hannah also knows him. It's the boy with the bloody nose. The figures move in unison, as if controlled by a singular will. They meet Spitfire in the middle of the ring and wait for the bell. Ethan
Yeah, so is it like the Lord in Black, or is it just like an avatar of it?
Not two.
Because, yeah, it was a hive mind.
Spitfire flings forward, running for Otho.
That's so interesting to think of, like, a human form of it. And that's such a terrifying power to have.
As one, like separate appendages of a larger organism. Sophia can't follow them both. They circle around her and attack from behind. One boy dives for her legs. She jumps over him and quickly ducks as the other pounces at her head. Spitfire slides to one side of the ring as Otho regroups on the other. Sophia breathes, focuses her energy. If she's going to win, she has to take out both of Otho's bodies at once. She crouches, readies herself. As the two masked figures take off in her direction, Spitfire twirls. She thrusts her heel into a roundhouse kick. Red glow explodes out her foot. A tidal wave of flame crashes across the ring. Beating on the glass barrier of the arena, the crowd shields their eyes from the burst of light. When the smoke clears, Ethan's jaw drops. Spitfire stands breathless. Her attack should have forced anything in its path off the fighting platform, and it has, in a way. She is the only one left inside the ring, because the two forms of Otho are floating high above.
That's
Sophia
terrifying.
looks up in terror as the masked fighters glide through the air, descending upon her. She turns to run from the ring, and the boys swoop down. Hannah gasps.
No, Sophia.
As one boy grabs her arms from behind, the other lands on the mat in front of Spitfire. This Otho, the one with pale skin and blue veins, slowly marches forward. Sophia trembles and falls to her knees. Otho takes her face in his hands. Tears roll down her cheeks as a piercing tone.
Oh, he's about to, like, convert her to the hive mind.
Glow, brighter and brighter as the noise intensifies. Ethan turns to Eddie.
What's he doing to her?
Hannah's fists clench. Her anger swells. In her mind, she calls to Otho, warning him.
She's my friend. Don't you dare take her.
Otho turns to Hannah and cocks his head.
Stop me.
But Hannah can't. Despite all her...
That is a hell of a flex.
Otho from Sophia's mind. He's too strong. If only she could access the power she had the other night. When she had the mind milk. When she made the earth itself quake. Now, all she can do is watch as Otho turns back to Spitfire. Sophia screams.
The hands are so creepy looking.
Otho's piercing tone are one and the same. A perfect harmony. Sophia's expression goes blank. Her eyes glaze over. She's not Sophia anymore. Otho lets go of her head.
Yeah,
She
he
slowly stands,
completely
makes
took
her way
over
to
her.
the ring. In his seat, Eddie sinks.
Damn. There was another one.
Spitfire, or Otho's third form, hops over the ropes and out of bounds. Game, set, match. Otho wins.
That is such a fucked up power, but it's so dope.
Empty eyes. Without speaking, he tells her,
I'll take them all. I'll eat them, Hannah. I'll eat them right the fuck up.
I love the Wiggly callback, but it's confusing me so much in the sense that he speaks like Wiggly, but it's clearly not Wiggly. It's the other one.
Landed on a meteor, got something with him.
Yeah, see the meteor.
Spliced it with human DNA. Room in a lab. First, he could just control his opponents, mess with their minds. Then, about a month ago, He's out this room, finishing him off.
Yeah, so he's still the meteor from the first play.
Their hearts are still beating, baby. Eat, breathe. You know what he's on? This elf thing.
What would ever possess someone to let their kid into the ring with that thing?
Treasure. Good treasure. And great coin.
Approaching, flanked by bouncers and bodyguards, is a sharp-faced man. His suit's expensive, his smile's unnerving. He grabs Ethan's hand and shakes it fiercely.
How you doing, Ethan? My name's Charles, but I want you to call me Chuck. Is that alright with you? Hey, love the jacket. I'm gonna get one myself. We'll be twins.
Who's this clown?
Ethan, watch your mouth. Hey, he didn't mean anything by it, Chuck. He's just a dumb kid.
Hey, Eddie, could you do me a favor and get your nose out of my ass? It's uncomfortable.
What the fuck phrase is that?
Ethan and I have business, Eddie. You found me a good one, and now I don't need you, so take a walk. Out of town.
The bouncer places a huge hand on Eddie's shoulder.
Let's go, Mr. Chiplucky.
Ethan, say goodbye to Eddie.
Where are you taking me?
Bruno and a few armed bodyguards lead Eddie outside.
You'll never see him again. Now, Ethan, I know you're a very busy man, and I don't want to waste any more.
That's
of your
crazy.
time.
They'll just
So I'm
like
gonna make the short
get
story.
rid of him
How much?
to get him out of the way.
How much what? Money, moolah, cash, dinero, treasure, good treasure. What'll it take to get your yellow jacket in the ring with my boy Otho? Now, I'm not talking prize money. I'm talking a personal gift. No strings attached. Pool 10. 10? You caught me trying to lowball you. 10 million is certainly not enough. 30?
You're offering us $30 million? That's way more than the prize money.
I don't care about prizes, Ethan. I'm here for R&D. Otho was a very big investment, and I want to see just how powerful he really is. Anna's got something. She might even win. You and Lex are millionaires either way.
Listen, buddy. I love Hannah like she was
The fact that
young.
he knows about Lex is kind
No
of
amount
a
of
little
money
bit scary.
will convince me to let this fight happen.
You sound just like Spitfire's dad. He broke at 50 million. Would that do it?
As more guards creep in from all around, Ethan turns to Charles, making a stand.
It could be 50. It could be 60. I still wouldn't ever, and
Then something goes funny in Ethan's brain. Thoughts that aren't his push their way through his cerebellum and out his mouth. He's lost control, and someone else has taken the wheel.
Wow, that's fucked up.
100 million. Done. Don't spend it all in one place.
Yeah, that's a violation. That's got to be terrifying to have that just happen to you and you lose all control.
Maybe her powers are
Like,
growing. Maybe
I
desperate
get
times
why
call for desperate.
Hannah did it, but also that's just kind of grimy. But she's doing whatever she can in order to protect her family and take care of her sister, which is exactly what Lex has always done for her.
Yellow jacket. 9 mil. Fights in 15.
Yeah, and she also just needs to see what the hell is going on with Otho.
Oh, there you are.
Hannah turns to find the ethereal image of a woman with long white hair. Webby.
Hannah, what do you think you're doing?
What does it look like I'm doing?
Don't you see? That vision you had when you cut your finger, he sent it. He's been baiting you, luring you. It's been his plan all along to get to you.
Yeah, he's doing a damn good job of it, honestly.
I won't allow it.
Hannah slams her locker shut.
He took Sophia. Who's next? Daniel? How many should I let him kill?
If he takes over your mind and gets your power, he'll kill all the kids. Everyone. contained in Otho now, trapped in a human shell.
That makes sense. Like, I know they were kind of hinting at it there, but just outright saying it, like, he's trapped in that form, which is why he hasn't gone to a further extent with it yet.
No, Hannah, you just want to win. You like being the
I do. For the first time in my life, I have friends. I have money. Lex is happy. I'm finally using my power in a way that's helping me, and now you want me to stop?
You're walking right into his trap.
I'm more powerful than Otho.
Yeah, she's starting to believe her own hype, and that is a terrifying place to be.
She feels the effects, the power coursing through her. Webby feels it too.
Don't push me out, Hannah.
Go away, Webby. I don't want to see you anymore.
With unbelievable strength, Hannah forces Webby back. Psychic energy radiates from the girl, enough to push an elder god, a queen in white. Webby starts to slide across the floor. Her feet skid and squeak on the linoleum as Hannah vanishes her.
Wow.
But Hannah's too strong.
I mean, the amount of power that she has is crazy, but
The invisible threads of her
that
cosmic
is
web slip and snap.
a bad sign that
Pushes
she's
the presence
just
out of
completely
the locker
banishing
and out of the roller ring.
Webby
She
from
slams the door
her
shut
presence like that.
and locks Webby out. In his own private chamber, the thing trapped inside Otho feels the exchange. He feels Webby's absence, and beneath 3 stone-like masks, 3 mouths smile. The heavy metal door creaks open, and Charles steps in.
Yeah, 'cause she has no help now. There's nothing that can help protect her in this fight.
I got my thumb on the button.
Charles holds his detonation device at the ready. 3 sets of eyes narrow, fixated on it. Back in the ring, Hannah stands in her corner as Otho's 3 forms climb into theirs. She watches each one. There's the boy with the bloody nose, Otho's first victim. There's Sophia, and there's Otho himself, with his pale skin and thick blue veins. He's her primary target. With him gone, maybe the other 2 can be saved.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is the Battle Royale. Can the Sting dethrone the King? It's Otho versus Yellow Jacket.
The bell sounds and the crowd goes wild. Otho Prime stands still as a statue as his 2 other bodies split off to either side. They round on Hannah, running for her at top speed, but she doesn't break focus. She gathers her strength and lunges forward. She screams and a wave of psychic energy crashes forward from her mind in Otho's direction. The wooden platform splinters as the blast barrels forward. The canvas rips. The ring cracks. But before the mental beam hits Otho Prime, another body jumps in the way. It's Spitfire. It sees what's left of her friend, flung into the path.
That's pretty grimy.
And she recoils. Unable to bring herself to hit Sophia.
Yeah, that's a messed up trick to pull, but it's brilliant on Otho's part.
Just then, Otho's 3rd form comes crashing into Hannah's side. Thud. Hannah's flung onto the mat, tumbling across what's left of the fighting platform. She rolls to a stop, right at the edge. Bang! Her head hits a post. The skin on her temple splits. Blood trickles. Her ears bleed. The ringing mingles with the wail of the crowd. The arena lights burn Hannah's eyes, and her head splits with a sharp pain. She looks up to find 3 figures floating out of focus above her. They descend, and their features become clear. 3 stone-like masks with round, empty eyes. Otho's forms land around Hannah. From his private box, Charles watches his creation, dreaming of possible uses for this monster he's made. In the stands, the high rollers in gowns and fine tuxedos howl with delight at the mayhem. Otho's 3 faces turn to them, disgusted. His voice echoes in Hannah's mind.
Listen to the noise. Don't you despise them, Hannah?
Hannah struggles to stand. She struggles in vain. Otho closes in.
Do not fear. We will end this chaos and suffering. There will be harmony, peace.
Yeah, the same, pretty much the same thing as the first show. I love how it's all kind of coming full circle with this one.
Tears well in her eyes.
And it's brilliant that this would be the finale of what we have at this
In the
point.
closed toy zone, Lex is alone in a darkened aisle, restocking the shelves.
Yeah, see, and Lex has no idea what's going on at all.
A large cardboard box when she hears something. A rustling. But where'd it come from?
Hello?
Nothing. No one. She shrugs it off and goes back to work. She rips open a shipment of brand new dolls. Blue dolls. With strange stone-like faces. She holds one and checks its tag.
I love these dolls. These dolls look so dope.
Pokey.
Oh yeah, I was right about it being pokey. That's dope.
She goes to put the
I love
toy
that
on
it's a
the shelf
sing-along doll
to
too.
find that it's already full of them.
What?
Lex drops the toy in shock. She backs away and bumps into the shelf behind her. She spins and sees that all the shelves are full of Pokey dolls.
That is creepy.
Something grabs her leg. She looks down. It's the doll she dropped.
Wow.
Its head
Yeah,
tilts.
that's
Its
terrifying.
round, empty eyes stare at her. She recoils in terror, knocking over the cardboard box. The Pokey dolls spill across the floor and start crawling toward Lex. A voice echoes from their open mouths. She tries to run, but the dolls jump off the shelves, raining onto her, engulfing her.
Frank! Somebody help me!
She's pushed to the ground. Hundreds of dolls pin her down. One crawls onto her chest. It lurches forward, and thick blue goo spills from its mouth. It oozes from the cracks in its stone-like face. Lex tries to scream, but the blue sludge fills her mouth and eyes. Slime pours from all the dolls, filling the aisle, conjugating into a bubbling, oily stream. Lex thrashes and kicks, but still she sinks. Down, down, into the deep, dark. Then, nothing. Her eyes flutter open. Lex finds herself in an endless black abyss. The dolls are gone. Were they ever really there, or a vision?
Yeah, that's terrifying.
What Lex does feel is a familiar presence, and she hears a voice, one she has not heard in a very long time.
Hi, Lexi. Remember me?
Standing there before Lex is an ethereal woman with long white hair.
You're not real.
Hannah's in trouble, Lex. Everyone's in trouble.
In Webby's hand is the blue doll. She turns it over.
You might not be the hungriest, or the cleverest, or the trickiest, or the most sadistic. But of all my brothers, Pokey is the most uncompromising. He hates every voice that's not his own. He wants everything dead but him.
Wow.
Webby lets go of the doll, and it burns away.
That's actually pretty crazy.
She turns to Lex.
But it makes sense for the hive mind one
Poor Lexi.
to have that kind of viewpoint on things. And I love that we're finally like circling back to Lex having abilities.
Black and white. The roller ball. Can you see it?
Lex closes her eyes. She focuses.
Yeah, I can see it.
Go.
She touches Lex. A flash of light. Then the roar of the crowd. Lex suddenly stands in the center of the old roller rink. A atop a busted fighting.
I love that she's finally like being able to come back to her abilities and just like being a major part of things again.
Leans forward in his chair. He stares in awe at the young woman who's appeared from nowhere.
Look at that. Here comes a new challenge. You want me to get her out of there, boss? Relax, Bruno. Enjoy the show.
Back in the ring, Hannah spots her sister through tears.
Lexi.
Lex sees Hannah, bruised and bloodied, in the grasp of Otho. He and his two vessels turn their masked faces to Lex in perfect unison. Fury stirs in Otho's black heart. His voice booms in Hannah's mind.
Do not allow your sister or mine to interfere.
Otho's extra bodies jump into action. The boy with the bloody nose runs the rim of the rink, heading for Lex. Spitfire leaps into a spinning kick. Blue flames fly from her heel. Holy shit! It ignites the debris around Lex, trapping her in a ring of fire. The bloody-nosed boy hurls himself through the inferno. He crashes into Lex, knocking the wind from her lungs. With Spitfire's powers at his command, Lex held at bay and Hannah in his clutches. Otho turns back to the girl. The round eyes in his mask begin to glow. A brilliant neon blue. He gazes down at Hannah's horrified expression.
It is not death that awaits you, Hannah, but godhood. When your power is mine, we will seize Hatchet.
That's actually such a hard line.
We will take this world and all worlds. Rejoice, Hannah. Your apotheosis is upon you.
And there's his line. For some reason, that particular phrase is just so iconic at this point.
Hannah's scream begins to shift. It inches closer and closer to Otho's tone as his mind engulfs hers. Lex can feel it happening. She can feel her sister fading away. In his private box, Charles grins.
Well, another one bites the dust.
Then, Lex feels something else. A small metal device with a trigger mechanism on top. She feels it and knows it can stop Otho. She focuses. She reaches through the black and white. She takes hold of the detonator and pulls it from Charles's pocket. Through space, through time, and into the ring. It's in her hand. Otho sees it. And so does Charles.
How did she...
He feels his empty pocket.
That was kind of cold. I do appreciate like that came back and was able to be useful. That is honestly a brilliant way of going about this.
Spitfire and the boy with the bloody nose also fall, like puppets cut from their strings. But unlike Otho, they're still breathing. With Hannah safe, Lex lets out a sigh of relief. Then
I'm curious if they're going to be able to go back to who they were before now that he's not in charge.
What a fight! Bravo! Bravo! Hey, Bruno, clear out the place, will you? I want to have a word with the new champ.
all around, the doors to the roller rink burst open and bodyguards with submachine guns rush the arena. Tat-tat-tat. They fire wildly into the air. The crowd scatters.
Alright, get out of here. Show's over.
Two bouncers grab Spitfire and the boy with the bloody nose, carrying them off. Lex turns to her sister.
It's okay. I'm alright.
Is that what you think? You're in so much trouble.
Soon, the Rollerama's clientele is gone. Lex and Hannah stand in the middle of the busted ring, surrounded by a dozen armed men. Inside his private box, Charles speaks into the microphone, sending his voice through the arena's speakers.
How you doing down there, Lex? I don't say this very often, but that was some good treasure.
Lex looks up to the private box.
Who are you?
My name's Charles, but I want you to call me Charlie. Is that all right with you?
What is this?
This is what Hannah's been up to in her free time. It's a pet project of mine. And that blue puddle you're standing in was my little $1 trillion pal.
Lex and Hannah looked down at the bits of Otho all around.
But don't worry about it. The investment paid off because I found you two. You're gonna be staying with me from now on. I hope in time we can develop a wonderful rapport. Take them.
The armed guards close in. Hannah holds Lex, burying her head in her sister's sleeve. Then, the sound system crackles.
Scratch that. Let him go.
Inside the private box, Charles stands with his hands in the air as Ethan holds him at gunpoint.
Let's go, Ethan.
Tell you guys to drop their guns.
Ethan nudges Charles with the tip of the Uzi he stole from a guard. Charles coolly lifts the microphone and switches it on.
Weapons on the ground, everybody. Anything else I can do for you, Ethan? How about that $100 million? If you let me reach into my pocket, I'll grab my checkbook.
As Charles starts for the pistol hidden in his jacket, Ethan fires a shot into the chair beside him.
Not a chance. Just leave us alone.
Hey, you're the boss.
Ethan slams open the door from the private box to the arena. He runs for the ring.
Lex! Ethan!
Lex, Ethan, and Hannah weave their way through the bodyguards and bouncers. When the kids reach the exit, Charles orders.
Hey, open the doors for him.
Bruno obliges. Ethan, Lex, and Hannah.
This still feels very nefarious. Like he's not done with them.
Wait, kids. I'll see you around.
Yeah.
Back at their penthouse apartment, Lex tucks the passed out Hannah into bed, then turns to Ethan, who stands in the doorway.
I think I'm gonna stay in here with Hannah tonight.
Sure. He turns to leave, then looks back.
Lex. I'm sorry.
For what?
What do you mean for what? For getting Hannah into this mess, for not telling you. It's just... It was so much money, and Hannah wanted to do it, and I tried to stop that last fight, but something went screwy in my head.
Yeah, there's no way to really explain. Because he wouldn't even know what exactly happened.
Now you're scared of me, Lex. Now I know you're angry with me. You get all quiet like this. Come on now. Just call me stupid. Tell me I'm irresponsible.
Yeah.
Because I am irresponsible.
When a person is just completely over it, that is honestly the scariest feeling, because you know there's nothing you can do to fix things.
I'm just tired. We'll talk about it in the morning.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too.
The next morning,
I feel so bad for Lex, man. Like, she really can't catch a break.
So are their things. All that's left is a note. Ethan reads it.
Ethan. We had to go. Don't try to find us. Those guys from last night aren't gonna leave Hannah and I alone, but they have no reason to go after you. You say you're irresponsible. So am I. I don't know if either of us has what it takes to protect Hannah. But she's my sister, not yours. You get to have a life. We don't.
Yo, like the tears welling in her eyes and the writing, like this is so devastating, man.
For all of us. Lex.
Ethan sits alone. In the kitchen, the faucet starts to drip.
Damn.
Elsewhere,
That was a good
Hannah
callback.
Foster drifts awake. She's in the passenger seat of a beat-up old van. The breeze blows in from the open window. zooms along down a highway that stretches on as far as the eye can see. Lex is driving. Hannah turns to her.
Lexi? Where are we going?
I don't know. But things are going to be different now.
You saw Webby, didn't you?
Yeah.
She told me that all the pieces are connected. That something is echo. I think something like this is happening everywhere.
That's interesting.
The Hatchetfield?
I think something like this is happening everywhere, so it's even bigger than just Hatchetfield.
Get some rest. Yellow jacket.
That makes me wonder if they might expand out of Hatchetfield for Nightmare Time 3.
Knowing that the road ahead of them is long and winding, Lex gazes out at the horizon as she silently drives away from Hatchetfield. Another time, another place, another road, another space.
That was such a powerful episode, man. Like, no pun intended, of course. But that was really, really good, and it actually felt like a finale. The same with this song. This song feels like something to just encapsulate the series. Like, I don't know if they just didn't know they were gonna have, like, whether or not they were gonna do a third one. But this really feels like an ending type of song. I love that we're capping it off with an ensemble kind of similar to the intro. But this is just beautiful, man. Like, I really like that. I like this part, the chorus part, with everybody's voices. Like, they just blend so well together. Man, I really wish that we had like some really solid mixing. Yeah, I wish we had like a solid mix on this, because this could sound so gorgeous with a proper engineering mix on it, to get that like perfect balance in the voices and make everything sound crisp and clean. And I know that's just the musician in me, but man, I wish we could have a good mix of this song. Oh, this feels like such a beautiful little bridge part. I like this. Even like the effect on the voices, this sounds nice, and it's a great way to break up the song. Ooh, I like how that came back in after the effect. That was nice. Hell yeah. Like that just energy that it brought back into it. Yeah, this legitimately like brought a tear to my eye. This was fucking beautiful. Yo, that was Nightmare Time 2 episode 4. As the time of recording, that is the last episode of Nightmare Time that we've gotten. I know there's rumblings of possibly getting a third season, but as of right now, that is it. And oh my god, this was such a perfect way of capping off this series. Like, even if they choose not to go back into Nightmare Time, this legitimately felt like a finale in every way, and I absolutely loved it. I mean, we got the callback to the previous episodes, which kind of helped tie in this same universe for this season with Frank and little kid Sherman. We got so much backstory, and we finally got to see Lex seeing Webby and tapping into her abilities. Webby, you know, confirming herself as, what was it, a Queen of the White, kind of like they're the Lords in Black or something like that. I really love the puppet. Otho was so creepy, so well made, and just the way that his eyes would open and close, and you would see that little bit of shift in his hair when he spoke or when he moved a little bit. Such phenomenal craftsmanship on that. And yeah, everything about this episode was so good. It hit very close to home. I know I mentioned it. Like, just the struggle between Lex, Ethan, and Hannah in the beginning. Like, their struggle with money, the stress, the pain in Lex's eyes and in her face and in her voice through that whole beginning sequence that genuinely just made me feel like a pit in my stomach and brought me back to a few years ago when I was in a very similar position, you know, working 2 full-time jobs, sleeping literally 10 hours a week in order to take care of my daughter, in the same way that Lex is just working herself to the bone trying to take care of her sister, and kind of being so overburdened with all of the stress and obligation and responsibility that she isn't really getting to enjoy anything, and she's not able to focus on the things that she needs to do, like her exam or Hannah's birthday, because she has so much going on. Like, it hit so close to home. And there were a few moments that legitimately, like, I felt that little pit in my stomach, and I felt my eyes, you know, getting a little bit sweaty. You know, but the final song actually kind of made me well up a little bit, because it was just so beautiful. The writing in it, the harmonies in it. Like I said, I really wish I could get a good mix of that song, because if we had like a good studio quality mix of it, I feel like I would play it daily. Coming back to that first song in Yellow Jacket that had that heavy Alanis Morissette inspiration was so good, and I'm absolutely about to run that song back. Angela's voice is amazing, and I don't know if I'm just very drawn to her as an actor, or she just happens to play characters that I really connect with. But I know I was 100% simping for Grace Chastity before, and her as Lex, like, she has always just been a really big draw for me as far as like connecting with the character. Like, I really connect with Lex a lot. So I mean, Angela is absolutely killing it with her characters that she's gotten in Hatchetfield universe so far. But yeah, like always, please make sure that you are supporting Team Star Kid. Go to their page, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Granted, if you're watching all of these and you haven't subscribed to Team Star Kid, I don't know what you're doing in the first place, because clearly they're putting out amazing content. Please like, comment, and subscribe here. It helps small creators so much. Like, y'all really don't understand how much it helps us when you do that. Like, it is a massive boost for the algorithm, and it shows YouTube that you actually do enjoy this content. And on top of that, comment, because like always, y'all are always giving me really dope insight into the behind the scenes stuff, and just giving me more to think about lore wise. Like, y'all have opened my eyes to so much stuff within the Hatchetfield lore that I never would have even considered. So please, if y'all have anything else, especially for this finale of Nightmare Time, like, chop it up, give me all the spoilers for, you know, Nightmare Time now that I finally caught up with this series. I'm about to run through Nerdy Prudes Must Die. Hopefully I'll be able to watch it tomorrow if I'm not going to the studio to work on the song. If not tomorrow, the day after. So I will have Nerdy Prudes Must Die coming up very soon. So yeah, talk to me about Hatchetfield. Talk to me about the lore. Talk to me about the fandom, because the fandom is so dope. Like, y'all are legitimately cool as fuck. And like the most welcoming fandom that I've ever encountered. So yeah, chop it up with me in the comments about all things Hatchetfield, all things Team Star Kid. Let me know if there's anything else, you know, Star Kid adjacent that y'all want to see me react to. And thank you guys so much for just joining me on this whole Hatchetfield journey. I can't wait to watch the next few shows and wrap up Hatchetfield for now. So thank y'all again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening.
Feeling the sky falling, clouds are burn around our heads, feeling the ground pouring as it melts beneath our legs, feeling the lights rolling as we're hanging off the ledge, feeling the night calling, hear the answers in our breath.